All right, guys, I want to talk right now about how to build lean muscle like practically overnight. Now, I'm not talking about how to look more muscular overnight. I already did a video about this. Basically, if you take care of your skin, like shave your body so you can actually see your muscles, get a tan so you can actually, see the definition in your body better, and lose fat maybe, just tanning and taking care of your skin, you're automatically going to see the muscle you have. Losing fat, you're automatically going to, see the muscle you have. That's why a lean person, skinny, looks a lot more muscular than a big fat power lifter, okay? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about looking more muscular overnight. I'm talking about actually putting on several pounds of lean muscle overnight. Because a lot of guys, since I haven't been making videos for a while, even in my first couple of videos I made recently where I'm driving around wearing a polo shirt in my car and you can't even really see my body, are like, dude, you're looking jacked. And now it's like, I am looking, like I put on some muscle, and I certainly did. I put on like between 8 and 10 pounds of muscle practically overnight. How did I do it? Okay? There are basically two ways to put on muscle overnight for a person who's been training for a long time, okay? Do something different and or eat something different, okay? The first time that I heard about this concept, and I didn't experience it yet, but I just heard about it, was a guy called Ross Emmerich, I think his name is. I'm not going to pronounce it right no matter how hard I try. Just look up Ross Boxing. Back when I used to look at his stuff, he was a boxing coach. Or Ross Fitness, I think he just does general fitness training now. But the bottom line is this guy was talking about how, if you're a boxer and you want to raise up a weight class, increase your lean mass so you could fight effectively at a higher weight class and get higher paychecks because, everybody cares about, heavyweights, nobody cares about featherweights in boxing, how to go ahead and build muscle. And one of the things he said in that article was basically, if you just eat more, you'll probably throw on a lot of muscle. Because you're doing all these exercises, whether it's calisthenics, weights, whatever, but you're kind of starving yourself to stay in the weight class. So if you would just eat more and do the exact same thing you're doing, you would probably notice a massive growth spurt, okay? I heard that, I read about that, I heard about it in that article, but the first time I really experienced this is when I did the anaerobics program, okay? I was fat, out of shape, hadn't been exercising at all, and I lost like damn near 40 pounds in under 4 months, okay? I was basically eating protein all day, a little bit of carbs before and after my workouts, and just enough fat to keep me from really being hungry, okay? It was a couple servings of almonds. Later on, I threw in a serving of, of chopped beef. But in general, I was basically eating a lot of protein, and all I was doing was burpee intervals, plyometric intervals, jump rope intervals. I was, just bouncing off the walls, trying to burn calories and maintain the muscle that I had, okay? When I first went on the steak and eggs diet, immediately, I had actually even fewer calories I was taking in. But what I did was I went ahead and I, increased the amount of fat that I was taking in. Protein, I was already taking a lot of protein, but I just threw on a lot of fat that I hadn't been taking in. And I feel that, like, my body was, like, starving, okay? Like, I was very healthy, and I was performing very well for what I was doing. But what I was on, the kind of diet I was on, was not exactly conducive to muscular growth. So just by throwing in a lot of fat into my diet, I had a massive growth spurt. Another thing I did is I still did jump rope intervals, and I still did burpee intervals, but instead of concentrating on plyometric movements, I concentrated on, L-sit chin-ups, okay, L-sit pull-ups, dips, ring rows, ring push-ups, stuff like that. And it was calisthenics, but it was more like strength-oriented calisthenics, okay? So the combination of doing something different, instead of doing like endurance, anaerobic endurance, I went to like, strength-building gymnastics types moves. And instead of just eating, lean protein, I was eating very fatty protein. So, like I said, just those two changes, I immediately put almost an entire inch on my arms, okay? Really, like overnight, within, 4 to 6 weeks, it was just like, boom, I immediately got a lot bigger, okay? And the same thing happened now. Like I said, I mean, before I officially started this playlist about how, big and ripped in 10 months, which is my goal. I still have, a goal of getting bigger than I am now and certainly stronger than I am now. But the fact of the matter is, I just blew up. And how did I do it? I changed my diet. I mean, I've, been eating like this once in a while, but I was like consistently like, I'm going to eat, more calories. I'm going to eat more fat, a lot more fat. I cut down on the amount of, cardio that I was doing. Like today, my workout was 4 sets of 5 reps of pistol squats with each leg. Okay. And then 5 sets of 5 reps of hex bar or trap bar deadlifts. That's all I did today in the gym. Some stretching and stuff too. Now, yes, I do run a couple times a week. And, I do have to get back to doing, my jump rope just for general health purposes. And I want to go back to doing my planking and my bridging for just general core work. But the fact of the matter is, like, I go in the gym to lift heavy shit. I feel like my body's been dying to lift heavy shit, So I go in there and I concentrate on lifting more weight for the weighted dips I do, more weight for the weighted pull-ups, more weight on the trap bar, more weight on in my hand holding a dumbbell while I'm doing pistol squats. Weight. That's what I'm really concentrating on. That's what I'm really visualizing, and that's what I'm really doing in the gym. So like I said, just by going from like body weight to weighted calisthenics, by adding in more calories and more fat, okay, just by toning down the amount of cardio I do a little bit is automatically caused another growth spurt in me. So that's, like I said, if you really want to overnight, so to speak, within just a few weeks or just a couple months, build a serious amount of muscle. If you've already been training, like I said, eat more total calories, increase your fat, and like I said, maybe do a different type of training where you actually, work towards against gravity, or actually weight yourself and work against gravity, and you're automatically going to notice a massive difference, because every time I've changed my diet like this and every time I change my diet, my training like this, a massive growth spurt like almost overnight.